Hello, stranger. Oh, me. It's been a long time since I've made a video, and so let's talk about that. Because I've had several people come up to me and say, why are you not making a video? And I'm like, oh, I've been so busy. So last semester, that would have been the fall semester, I actually took a class in Jonesboro. Just a long story behind that. And finally got that done. Not going to take any more classes. My kids don't believe me. But I was going to Jonesboro twice a week, to Ash Flat twice a week, and to teach. And so I was just really busy. So everybody's been, well, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people have been asking me, why are you not making any more videos? So I'm going to make a video tonight. I'm already in my pajamas, but I'm going to make a video. So this is about safety. Do you ever think about just your safety? You know, we'll pray for safety. Like when we go on a trip or something, we'll stop and we'll pray before we go on the trip, and we'll ask the Lord to bless us with safety. You know, we as mothers, what do? We often pray for our children's safety. I have a police officer as a child, constantly thinking about his safety. And so one day I sent them a verse via text, and this is in Job. So let me read it. It's Job 11:18, and it says, "And thou shalt be secure, because there is hope. Yea, thou shalt dig about thee, and thou shalt take thy rest in safety." So one of the things I was trying to remind my kids about was, we pray for safety, but do we ever stop and then thank the Lord for the safety that He gave us? So for example, my son out on the, out about all the time, having to deal with prisoners and stuff, and do I really thank God enough for his safety? And then I got to thinking about a story for this safety, right? So the one I got is about my son, Bub. We call him Bub. And this is when he was younger. He's probably, I would say, 8 or 9. He may have been even a little bit older than that. But anyway, the girls, of course, were older than him, and they were allowed to stay at home by themselves. Well, one day I came home from teaching at the college up there, and then when I walked through the door, the girls were in a frantic mess. "You're not going to believe this, what Bub done. You're not going to believe it." I'm like, calm down, calm down. I said, what is going on? And I look over at Bub, and Bub's going, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. He's waving his arms like crazy, and all he can say is, I'm okay, I'm okay. And so come to find out, here's what Bub had done. He had actually wanted to know what was inside a bullet. What's inside of that bullet? Okay. So he takes the butcher knife to the bullet. So he's sawing, but he's sawing on the lead end, the bullet end. And he didn't find any, he gets pretty much halfway through that bullet, the lead end, and didn't find anything. So then he turns the bullet upside down, where the firing pin hits the bullet and makes it discharge. Well, Bub takes that butcher knife, turns that bullet up on its end, and starts smacking that bullet with the end of that butcher knife. Well, of course, what happened? Well, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. Because that bullet went off. So it shot just like it would have done in a gun. And it is just by a miracle of God that he didn't kill himself. Now, have y'all ever had your kids do something silly like that and go, the guardian angel was watching over them? I'll give you another story. Well, let me tell you what happened with Bub. I found the casing on the outside of the bullet, not the lead end part, but the other end where it discharged. And I mean, it was just mangled and twisted and stuff. And all I kept thinking was, it is a miracle of God that he didn't shoot himself with this bullet, or one of his sisters. And I'm like, oh my gosh, son. I said, what were you thinking? And he's like, I don't know, but I'm okay. He kept just saying, I'm okay. And I kept that, and I wish I still had it. I kept that little casing all mangled up and stuff just to remind me how God keeps my kids safe. And I was going to put it on a necklace for him, but I never did. But Nicole, when she was a baby, she stuck a key into an electric socket. And I had, of course, it was the grounded side, I guess, is what they told me. But I would just pick that kid up and I just held that baby. I mean, just held her tight. And it was one of those situations where, I don't know if you've ever been there with your kids or not, you don't know whether to beat them or hold them. You know what I'm saying? Squeeze them. And I just picked that baby up and I just squeezed her and thinking, how did she not get electrocuted, you know? So the Lord does give us safety every day, and we need to stop and thank Him for that, and thank Him for our children, because it is a miracle sometimes that they have grown to adults. And I know you've been there, you moms and you dads, right, that are constantly thinking about, what was this kid thinking? You know, like going out and riding on the motorcycle and making a little ramp, and the motorcycle ends up all mangled up because they hit the ramp, but it threw them off. I mean, it's just some crazy stuff in life that happens. So today, as you go about your day, or it'll be tomorrow, but when this gets loaded, you know, let us thank God for our safety, our everyday safety in travel, the keeping of our children and our grandchildren safe. And remember, He's the one that does that for you. And what made me think about making this video is I met a friend in Walmart, and she'll know who she is. And she truly is a miracle of God, that she's still here with us today, you know. And so that's what made me think about, hey, I need to make a video and share with people, hey, we need to thank God for our safety. And so as you do that, you're thinking about your kids, and think about pointing them to Him, right? Because it's so important every day that we tell our kids God's given us safety. You guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.